All right, so my first 30 days onboarding experience at Amazon. If we're meeting for the first time, my name is Holly Lee. I am a recruiting leader, interview coach, churn career coach. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that fancy bell notification so you get notification when I come live to these type of webinar. Share with you the 3 org that I work for at Amazon. What is your onboarding process like? Is it going to be virtual? Is it going to be physical? Do you have an onboarding buddy? Purpose, help you set the right expectation for you and also your manager. Number one, I want you to realize that the onboarding process is not ideal. Let me repeat myself and explain to you what that means. It's great that they have a package together, which means a template. I mentioned briefly about this in the last week's video. That's thumbs up. That's great. But now you have all the materials. You know who you'll be supporting. What is next in the first 30 days? This is critical. Number 2 things I want you to think about is don't wait for directions and show your bias for action. People, Amazon, if I have to describe Amazon in one word before you even are customer obsessed, when people think about Amazon, they immediately think about customer obsession. Let's hold on for a second. It's bias for action because without bias for action, they won't be delivering any result to any customers, right? So bias for action meaning that you take the initiative. If you don't know what that leadership principle means, go check out my Amazon leadership principle wiki, basically definition in walking you down my top pick 10 leadership principle on why you should have that. Okay. So bias for action is key. You guys may think that as a new employee, no one's paying attention to you because they're too busy. Let me correct that for you. Your manager, yes, even though he or she is very busy doing whatever tasks they have to, but they know when new hires are coming in. And guess what? When you're a new hire, they will announce to their peers, leadership or management level, eyes are really on you. They're not watching you to deliver anything in your first 30, 60, 90 days, but they're watching to see if you have the initiative to get things going, okay? Specifically, your peer. Amazon has what is called the anytime feedback where your peers can enter or endorse you, pat you on the back to say, hey, you know what? Holly has done a really good job as a new employee to this team. She kicked off, have initiative, and actually she started writing a white paper together in her recruiting strategies. I'm totally making this up, but you guys get the idea. And I wanted to provide you the how example on every single thing I'm talking about so it doesn't sound vague. This is what I teach. This is what I preach to all of you amazing a professional in my coaching VIP cohort and Star Interview Accelerator Masterclass. It's all about specific example, moving along to setting expectations with your hiring manager. What does that mean? One, I want you to think about what does your role look like? Even though you've asked your hiring manager what the role looks like, probably in your first day of the job, right? Sometimes they're so busy, I don't even know if you get to meet your manager in the first day. In fact, my manager was so busy. I'm trying to think back here. I don't really have a whole lot of time. If you think that your hiring manager are going to spend a lot of time with you in the first 30 days to ramp up, that's not the case because I can't recall a single one of them where I have the time because they're truly busy with good intention. Okay. Second thing is take advantage of the trainings rather than waiting for the managers, your manager to follow up with you or your mentor that was assigned to you to say, hey, by the way, your mentor, you could probably meet with them once a week. Eventually, it'll be bi-weekly to once a month to fading it away because they are truly that busy. If you watch last week's video, I talk a little bit about mentorship, how mine, lovely fella, but he was so busy that we rarely have any time together. Okay, rarely at all have any time together. The one training program that I would coach all of you guys, it doesn't matter if you're in operation program manager, an engineer, a recruiting leader, leadership, it doesn't matter. The first thing I did when I joined Amazon, I was transferring from Kindle to the consumer org. I knew that one day I wanted to teach. I wanted to teach interviewing coaching or maybe a bar racer. I know that communication, English is my fourth language. Let's be real here. You guys catch my grammatical error every now and then. I'm cool with that. I'm very authentic in my own way, and I don't want to fix any of the things that I can't fix. But I took a course called Program Management 101. Okay. When I read the description, and Amazon does an amazing job with so many library of training. It's free. Why not take it? And guess what? When your manager realizes that you're taking the initiative to learn how to write and have great written communication skills, guess what? It makes them look good. Why wouldn't they want to support you, right? I took the course, and when I took the course, I learned a little bit more about using the STAR formality. Yes, I'll be talking about the STAR method in a second, but that's why I'm so passionate about talking about the STAR method in helping you land job interview. Also, writing your Amazon exercise paper that you have to submit prior to your on-site loop. And in addition, even if you're an Amazonian, the STAR method will never go away. As long as you work for Amazon, this PM 101 course had taught me how to write very concise with the situation, what type of problem I'm trying to persuade in a business setting or business meeting, and what is the action plan that I'm trying to convince my audience in delivering the result. STAR star. Okay. So, highly recommend you to look into Program Management 101. I'll leave everything in the link when this video is recap afterwards. Don't worry about taking notes, guys. I just want your attention. The third thing I want you to focus on is knowing your business that you support. Again, your business that you support. Do you support AWS? What is it? I want you to think about knowing the highlights, the lowlights. What are the gap in the business unit that you're supporting? And how on earth are you going to fill the gap? In your first 30 days is critical. Don't take your sweet time with your onboarding process. I must have repeated myself about 3 times about not taking your time in following your onboarding process to the T. Who can you leverage to help bridge the gap? Is it the former peers? Who are the leaders or cross functional peers who used to support this group that you're in? And don't worry, I'll give you an example in a little bit. That's something for you to consider and think about. What I just mentioned right here, your highlights, your lowlights, how you fill the gap, it's not part of your onboarding, by the way. That I've learned the hard way when I first started at Amazon, even changing org from org 1 to org 2, org 3. It's very different. And eventually, after so many years of being with Amazon, I just know the right questions to ask. Let's talk about Kindle Org for a quick second. 30-day, I filled 5 positions of hardware engineering where I had zero experience of the technology. I asked them to take apart the Kindle and explain to me what on earth is high-speed design. If I'm going to hire a design engineer, I need to know what exactly they're doing. I guess I've always been very anal with technology, and I like to know everything that I'm stepping into. So when I get on the phone with someone like you guys, I don't want to sound like every single recruiter and say, hey, I want to dive deep into your technical background. I want to talk about high speed board design. What are the important components that you must have on high speed? Can you walk me through those relevant manufacturing? By the way, who are the third party vendor that you're partnering with? So I want to have engineering conversation with my candidates versus having lower level just recruiter pre-screen. And this is, I guess, this is the reason why I coach my clients the way I do, because my bar is very high. I probably inclined to hire 1 or 2 out of every 10 interview that I make. Second thing I've done within my 30 days was I have presented recruiting strategies with hiring leaders across the hardware space, program management, and engineering team for the embedded side of things. I had a game plan on how I was able to hire at the time. It was the hardest position to fill. It was their display organization. At the time, again, brand new to me, I had no clue what I was doing. I quickly learned that there's probably about 20 candidates like you guys in the whole world. 10 years ago, display and optic were very new. I had to convince my leadership team, my stakeholder, that we need to build a remote site in Singapore because at the time, Amazon doesn't have a Singapore office. At the time, they have engineering, business, and marketing folks in the Shenzhen office. They don't have anything in Beijing. So I had multiple remote site strategies in place in how I'm going to leverage in finding those top talents. And once I do, what does that entire interview process look like? And truly understanding every single little detail on my business unit, on the gap I have to fill, how do I plan around it, and have an actionable item plan. If not, you will lose credibility. If you think that your business leaders are going to look at you to be ready in 90 days, no. Gathered all of the hardware engineering, very niche display and optic embedded system conferences, how I'm going to leverage a lot of those leaders there because that was their first time. We were literally all our first time. We were such a startup at Lab 126. And once I have those leadership that's committed to attend this conference with me, how am I going to attract talent to network and put them in a mix? And what other companies are out there, no name like Apple? That is within the first 30 days. Okay. When I joined the consumer retail space, I also had the time of my life. I mapped out the entire year recruiting strategies worldwide for the consumer space. My goal went from hiring 24 people a year to 180 a year. And I had to pretty much create the role to become a manager and an IC and a program manager and an event planner. It goes on and on and on. So I felt like at the time I wore 3, 4 hats in one role. No, I did not get any pay increase or anything like that. That's just Amazon. This is what I mean by your bias for action in your hungered on delivering result. It's a must. If you don't have the bias for action, you just won't last. Think about 14 startup companies that I work for. And I had to grow all of that with a strategy in 30 business day because in the 3 months, 90 days, I need to start having people in those physical office that are not even there to begin with from ground up. And finally, I want to speak a little bit on my last org, which is the Alexa organization, where I planned the engineering expansion in Toronto because I did a lot of research speaking with a lot of the key stakeholders on what is the lack of growth is. I understand the market very well in the US and I knew we have to expand. I had to figure out the low-hanging fruit country that's been neglected, like Toronto. I don't know why people don't expand in Toronto. By the way, there you have it. That was my first 30 days with Amazon.